Good morning, Technosphere. And we could definitely do with a bit of light on the subject, couldn't we? I'm dressed for yoga because I'm going to do some. I was supposed to be at a yoga class this morning, and typically, I was late. I was late for the yoga class in my own house. And well, that's quite normal. I very rarely make it to a yoga class on time, but I am attempting to have some level of consistency. So, as usual, here I am with my coffee and my morning split. Now, I'm following the government advice. Claire, good morning. How are you? I hope you're good. I'm trying to wave. I'm following the government advice, which is to just keep drinking. Not to try and give up your alcohol today. And obviously, I'm assuming that when they say alcohol, they're only saying just alcohol because they're not allowed to say anything else because they've made us all pretend that we don't take drugs. So I'm expanding on that government advice and just saying to everybody, just keep drinking, keep smoking, keep taking whatever drugs it is that keeps you on track, because the great British public are gonna get through this with drugs and alcohol the same way we get through everything. And this is in very sharp focus this morning because last night I didn't get drunk. I did for some reason. Well, I was hungover from Saturday night because we had a party. Anyway, I was hungover, so I didn't drink last night and ended up wide awake in the middle of the night, worried about the people that I know and the very real things that are happening to them, that are made worse by this whole lockdown. Because of course, it's the vulnerable, it's the lonely, it's the mental health people anyway. So I thought I would return to a sense of normalcy with my morning musings. Now, what I was doing was scanning through the BBC collection of the headlines, which is exactly what I'm going to go back to doing because I do not want to know about this bullshit in detail. My housemate listens to Radio 4 as a constant and often feeds me information about what he's learned, and I try and act like I'm not profoundly traumatized by what he's telling me, and I try to give it the weight that he feels it ought to have. I fail. I think he can tell when I'm telling him and I say, don't tell me, I don't want to know, that I really don't want to know. Anyway, so I thought in these troubled times I would make a nod in the direction of current affairs and see what the great free press, of which we are so proud, has to say. And thank fuck the BBC puts them all into like one scroll through because I do not want to read that shit. The main reason I don't read it or look at it is because I don't want to see pictures of our ugly clown, the evil clown. I don't want to see pictures of the evil clown. So anyway, here we are in BBC, the papers. We'll start with the Daily Express. It says, Carol Malone's lockdown diary. Carol Malone says, at least I can't now spend money on clothes I don't need. What has she? Is she retarded? Does she not realise that there's online shopping? Of course she's retarded. She writes for the Daily Express. And Boris says, thanks to NHS army of 75,000 volunteers. And they spit in his face because if he hadn't trounced our NHS, never mind, let's not go there. This is why I don't read this shit. 6 months for Britain to get back to normal. Okay, the Express is definitely written for and read by retards. There is never going to be normal again. There is no normal. It's going to be a different scenario. The Times is leading with they can deliver to you free for 12 weeks, making a buck there. Typical Tory cunts. And Britain faces 6 months of curbs. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. It's probably going to be years, not months. And it's saying that a doctor dies after picking up an infection from a patient, which is very fucking tragic. An ear, nose and throat specialist is the first frontline worker to die in the fight against COVID-19. Well, we knew it was going to be them, didn't we? I'm hoping it's not going to be any of the frontline NH workers, S workers that I know. And I wish the fight against COVID-19, which is a ridiculous, you can't fight a virus. A fight against a virus is almost about as stupid as a fight against terrorism. You can't fight viruses and you can't fight abstract nouns. Anyway, so we've seen our first NHS professional take a bullet for capitalism. Daily Telegraph, the Daily Tripograph is saying return to normal life may be 6 months away. So they're trying to make us imagine that normality is going to come back. They're saying don't tax firms that stay open. Why not? Let's see. Well, personally, I think it's very important that some companies stay open. For example, I am deeply and profoundly grateful to my corner shop. My corner shop, the fucking heroes, absolutely heroes. I think I might bake them a cake or something. I don't know if that's like allowed. Then the Metro says 6 months more of social distancing. Okay, so there's going to be a baby boom of the people who are stuck together, and then when they let us out, there's going to be another baby boom of all the people like me who are incarcerated with people they love in a familial or platonic way. And some people had a karaoke party. That's being reported in the Metro. Oh fucking dear. The Mirror is carrying on with the death of frontline NHS heroes. There's a picture of him. He actually looks like one of the nice doctors, the ones that you might like to be treated by. And the Guardian is saying pressure to provide equipment grows after 2 UK doctors die. One would like to think that it went without saying that the NHS staff and system was provided with equipment. But clearly, somebody's got to put the pressure on, because the fact that they need equipment is not obvious. University student numbers face caps. Yes, that's because Boris made it, not Boris, anyway, they made it so that everybody went to get a degree, and got rid of all the vocational work, and blah, 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 and I'm not talking about that anymore. New NHS field hospital ready within days, says the Independent. Oh, good. That's good. And I'm really, really, really grateful that I don't work in those organisations. I don't have the patience and I can't deal with human beings to that level. And 2, I don't have the balls. I'm a scaredy cat. 3, I don't have the love. I hate people. The Daily Star says, wasters! Aren't we surprised about that? They're getting upset about the people who've wasted food that they stockpiled. I was feeling bad about wasting food, and because I didn't stockpile, but yesterday I wasted a courgette and some baby sweet corns because I forgot of them in the fridge, because the men in my house have stopped eating, which is a bit of a worry, because they're like 2 young blokes and a gardener, and they normally eat quite a lot, And I'm not quite so worried about the gardener because he's up and doing his job and he's alright. But I am worried about the two young men who have kind of like shifted into a state of kind of like whatever a spongy version of petrification is. And as we go into the second week of our lockdown, having got through 2 weekends, go us, I was saying to myself that we need to give ourselves a week to get our head around this. We need to give ourselves a week to come to terms with lockdown. But actually, I'm looking at the young people, and they need more than that. They don't have the resources to cope with that. It's the two young people in my house, and this is going to be true for a lot of young people, are just at that stage in life where they're establishing what they're doing, they're going off to do stuff, they had jobs that they liked, they had projects that they were on, they had all the young people relating stuff going on, and there'd been a line drawn under everything they were doing, and they don't possess the long-term experience to process it emotionally. So while I've been cutting them massive slack, really massive, about everything, I can see that I'm gonna have to cleverly and subtly, without saying so, find some way, some mechanism of supporting all the young men stuck at home. And the thing about supporting young men is they're the worst group of people to support because they don't ever want any. Anyway, so I can relate to the Daily Star's headline about wasters because I wasted a courgette and I felt shame. I felt shame as I wasted the courgette and the baby sweet corns. They were like actually rotting. And so all the stockpiling people, I hope they feel real lots of shame, but obviously they don't because they're stockpiling people, and they the kind of people that can buy food and throw it away without any shame. The Financial Times is warning of more than 100,000 virus deaths in the UK. Grounded airline cabin crew called up to support NHS staff in news hospitals. That's good. And finishing with the Daily Mail. He's not going to pay for Megxit. This is why I don't read the papers. First we had Brexit, now we've got Megxit. And America isn't willing to pay for their security. Why the fuck would America want to pay for the security of two failed royals? And I might be really stupid, or I might be misunderstanding something, but aren't they grounded as well? I mean, I'm sure they're not allowed to just nip over to America. Yeah, can you see me not giving a shit? And that, people, is why I don't read the fucking papers. Because I knew that the frontline NHS workers were going to die. I knew that stupid people were going to have parties. I knew that people were going to waste all the food they threw away, they stockpiled. And I knew that the NHS was going to be on its motherfucking knees. What to say? I don't know. I suppose I better move on to the poetry. I'm not doing a very good job of lifting the nation's spirits this morning, am I? Let's see if my Facebook memories can assist me with that. Because what happens is Facebook spits out a memory, and I just share it with you. So on this day, 1 year ago, On the 30th of March 2019, I wrote, "Today totally broke me." So maybe the year is cyclical and things go in ups and peaks and troughs and it all balances out anyway. That might have been true last year. This year, today is not going to break me. I am going to rise to it with a smiley face because I think I better add, really. And I think, here's a poem, but it's probably more how my kids are feeling than how I'm feeling right now. And it's called Hating Every Minute. What is it that I live for? Why do I wake up? How much more must I still endure? When will it be enough? When will it be over? When will I be done? When can I give it up for good? Only the sex and drugs are fun. I was having a bad day that day, wasn't I? So you have another one? One more? Oh yeah, here's another one. And this was 2017. So this is from a collection which I'm in the middle of putting together called Poetry Ordinaire, which you may or may not be able to get in an ebook one day. This is called In Your Dreams, Mate. The new spring is arriving, new life is arising, again and again and again. The babies will grow, the time will come for snow, and we pray it will all stay the same. The days that pass by, that when the old folks die, it will be in comfort and dignity, that as long as we try and we set our sights high, then we will have all that we need. I think on that note, Mins Vins, good morning, Mins Vins. I missed a poem, or either you missed a poem. Shall I read the poem again for Vins? No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna call you, and because that's on my list of things to do, is call the people I forgot to call. And I will be back around 1 o'clock for an afternoon assessment, and I will let you know how I've got on with loving up the lockdown. Peace.